Two people, same city, same entry level digital marketing job title. But one is earning 2.5 lakhs per year and the other is earning 8 lakhs. Same freshers, same 0 years of experience, and the difference is not which college they went to, it's not the marks on their degree, it's one specific thing. And I'm going to show you exactly what it is in this video. By the end, you will know which role to target, what salary to expect in your city, and what you need to build before you even hit apply for these jobs. So let's get into it. Here is what most people do when they start researching digital marketing salaries in India, right? They will Google it and they get completely different answers from every source. One website will probably say that digital marketers earn between 15,000 per month to maybe 20,000 per month. Another says 3 LPA to 5 LPA, or third one will probably say 8 LPA is possible in year 1. Glassdoor, Ambition Box, Naukri.com, Playscale, Indeed, all of them will give you different numbers. But then they open Naukri or LinkedIn and the job listings will make it even worse. A posting says entry level but wants about 2 years of experience. Another one says no experience needed but the stipend is just 8,000 a month. And a third wants you to know Google Analytics for Meta Ads, SEMrush, Canva, HubSpot, and a whole lot of AI tools too. And what do you do with that? Well, here is what is actually happening. Here is what is actually happening. The confusion exists because digital marketing is not one job, it is a category with almost 7 to 8 completely different specializations. Whether it's SEO or paid ads or social media, email, content, analytics, automation, each one has its own salary range, its own learning curve, and its own hiring requirements. So, when a website actually averages all of them together, you get a number that does not represent any role accurately. So, today I'm going to do what most of these articles do not. I'm going to break it down by specific role, that is, role by role, city by city. I am going to tell you what Indian employers are literally asking for on job postings right now in 2026. And I'm going to explain what AI has changed about entry level hiring and how that actually creates a massive advantage for freshers who understand this. And I will give you a practical 90-day plan to go from wherever you are right now to your first offer. So, 3 questions that you will have answered by the end of this is: 1, which role fits you and pays the most at entry level in India? 2, what do you need to have before you even apply? And 3, what is the fastest realistic path to your first job? So let's start with the money. The number one question that I get asked is, why is salary data even scattered in India? So before we look at the numbers, I want to give you a quick context on why the data is confusing. The first is the location. See, location matters enormously in India. A digital marketing executive in Bangalore earns about 20 to 30% more than the same role in probably a tier 2 city like Jaipur. A paid media specialist in Mumbai earns differently than one in Coimbatore. So any national average is actually misleading. And second is company type changes everything. An MNC that's, let's say, placed in Gurugram will pay very differently from a small agency that's placed in Lucknow. A SaaS startup in Bangalore also plays very differently from a traditional manufacturer in Nashik. And the third point is specialization. Specialization matters more than the general digital marketing label. We will break this down role by role, so keep these filters in mind as we go through the numbers ahead. Let me start with the big picture, what the salary curve actually looks like. So, based on data from Ambition Box, Glassdoor India, WS Cube Tech, and Craftshala, all sourced from over 1 to 10,000 employee reported salaries, here is the reality that I bring to you. A fresher that has an experience of about 0 to 1 years will earn monthly 15 to 30,000 per month. That is annually somewhere about 2.5 to 4.5 lakhs. nationally. High end for specialized fresher roles in metro cities can go up to 6 to 8 lakhs per annum. After 1 year, the monthly jumps to about 20,000 to 35,000 per month once you have results to show. If you're a mid level executive who works at 2 to 5, who has an experience of 2 to 5 years, the salary range automatically increases to 5 LPA to 12 LPA. This is mid level, so you independently manage campaigns, you own a channel, and can show measurable growth here. And the fifth one, that is the after 5 years and above experience, you start earning 12 to 30 LPA and beyond, because here you reach the leadership or the strategy level roles. The important thing to notice here is that salary growth in digital marketing is not linear with time. It actually accelerates when you move from task execution to owning the outcomes at the strategy level. Someone who can show results in year two can probably jump faster than someone running the same type of campaign for years of growth. All right, let's move ahead with the role by role breakdown, and let's start with the social media executive. Now, this role is usually the most accessible entry point, and in India, the most commonly listed entry level role. The fresher salary goes from about 15 to 22,000 per month in tier 1 cities to about 10,000 to 15,000 in tier 2 cities. The annual LPA ranges somewhere between 2 LPA to 3.5 LPA on average. Now you might ask me, why is this lower? Because the barrier to entry feels low to employers. Everyone uses social media, right? So the way to stand out and earn more in this lane is to show how you understand analytics, audience targeting, and content strategy. So don't just think about posting. I want you to go beyond posting and see how you understand analytics and drive growth for that particular company. The second one is the role of an SEO analyst or an SEO executive. Now, the fresher salary here usually ranges about 50 to 25,000 per month in tier 1 cities, and the annual range is somewhere between again 2.5 to 4.5 lakhs per annum at entry. At the mid level, though, it rises rapidly, so you reach about 8 LPA. SEO is in strong demand right now because it is getting technically harder. AI generated content has flooded the internet, which means companies actually need people who understand how Google evaluates quality. And that creates real value for someone who can do technical SEO, keyword research, and content strategy together. Bangalore and Hyderabad specifically have a strong demand for SEO talent due to concentration of a lot of SaaS, that is software as a service, and IT companies that depend heavily on organic traffic. Now, the third role that I have here is PPC, or a paid media assistant, somebody who knows how to run Google ads or meta ads. So the fresher salary here again ranges between 18,000 all the way up to 28,000 per month. It's higher end for performance based roles. Annually, you will probably earn somewhere between 3 to 5 lakhs at entry, and if you're at the higher end, you might earn up to 6 LPA to 8 LPAs for candidates who can show the campaign results. Now, here showing the campaign results becomes extremely important. This is also probably the highest paying entry level lane in the Indian digital marketing space because paid media directly connects with revenue. So, if you run a Google Ads campaign that produces up to 40 leads at almost 200 rupees per lead, your employer will see exactly what you're worth. The trade off here is that this is the area with the steepest learning curve. So, you need to learn Google Ads and Meta Ads completely, have a complete working knowledge before you even apply. But remember, it is absolutely learnable in the 60 to 90 days ahead that I'm going to explain. Okay, so the fourth role that I want to focus on is email marketing executive or a CRM associate. Now, the fresher salary for somebody like this is about 15,000 to 22,000 per month, Annually, if I talk about it, it's about 2.5 LPA to 4 LPA entry level. See, this is an underrated entry point because email marketing is actually highly measurable. Every e commerce and SaaS company in India needs it, and it's one of the areas where AI tools have created the biggest efficiency lift. So, a fresher who knows how to use MailChimp or Klaviyo or HubSpot with solid writing skills is going to be extremely valuable. Now, the fifth role that is there is called content marketing executive or an SEO content writer. The fresher salary for this is again about 12 to 20,000 per month. The annual salary ranges from 1.8 LPA all the way up to 3.5 LPA on the lower end. But this changes fast for people who build content strategy skills and do not just stick to writing. Pure copywriting is being operated and pure copywriting is being automated. So, what employers want now is someone who understands what to write, why of the writing, for which audience am I writing, what to measure, and how to improve. That content strategy mindset gets paid very differently than somebody who just writes the blogs. Now, coming on to the fifth one, that is a digital marketing executive. This is a generalist role. So, the fresher salary also ranges somewhere between 15,000 all the way up to 25,000 per month in tier 1 cities. The annual salary is 2.5 LPA to 4 LPA. This is the catch all agency role where you touch everything, a little bit of SEO, a little bit of social media, some content, some reporting. This is good for people who want to learn broadly. It also has a slower salary growth initially, but excellent for figuring out which specialization you want to go deep on. Now that I know everything role by role, let's look at how locations will change your starting salary significantly in India. All right, folks, let's look at locations, right? Because locations change your starting salary significantly in India. And here is a city wise picture. For Bangalore, because it's the startup and SaaS capital of the country, the highest digital marketing salaries nationally occur in this place. So, freshers in specialized roles almost earn up to 4.5 lakhs per annum to 10 lakhs plus per annum in funded startups and global teams. So, if you are somebody who's especially strong in performance marketing or analytics, I would recommend that this is the place where you should think about applying. The second is Mumbai, financial and advertising hub. This is a place where there's a strong demand for digital advertising, brand marketing, and social media strategy. I mean, you know, Bollywood exists there, right? And most of the ad campaigns and brands actually have their advertising hubs entirely situated in Mumbai. So freshers earn between 3 LPA to 5 LPA typically. Experienced managers also can earn about 12 LPA to 21 LPA. Next comes is the Delhi NCR region. So this is Gurgaon, Noida, Faridabad, and core Delhi. There is strong demand across e-commerce, media, education, and business-to-business services. Here, the agency density is the highest. So the average fresher packages ranges from about 3.5 LPA to 5.8 LPA. This is a good city for someone who's starting at an agency, right? So if you don't want to work with a company and you want to work with an agency and dabble in different things, Delhi would be a great fit for you. Next is Hyderabad. This is a growing, fast city which acts as a digital hiring hub, especially for IT services, SaaS, and enterprise marketing. Here, there are competitive packages. It's also slightly lower in terms of cost of living than Bangalore, strong for analytical marketing roles. And the last one in this mix is Pune. Here it's a lower cost of living with solid IT, edtech, and startup presence, which basically means there are good packages in structured corporate environments. So you can think about 4.5 LPA to 7 LPA at the higher end for freshers. And lastly, what I have here, which is not listed, is the tier 2 cities. So think Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Chandigarh, Lucknow, Indore. Fresher salary typically here ranges from 12,000 all the way up to 20,000 per month. The opportunities are growing, but they're more limited in terms of their scope. So remote work is reducing this cap for strong candidates. If you do not want to relocate to a tier 2 city. Now, let us talk about the gap that why two freshers with the same resume get different offers. Now, let us talk about the gap that explains why two freshers with the same resume get very different offers. This section is about what employers are screening for in 2026. So, this is not what the course brochures say, but what the actual job postings list and what hiring managers say in interviews. So, number one, we have tier one. So, this is what gets you past the ATS. Every application goes through an applicant tracking system, an ATS, before a human even reads it. The system scans for keywords. If the keywords are not there, your application doesn't even move forward, no matter how good your resume is. In India's digital marketing job market in 2026, there are consistent ATS keywords, right? Number one is GA4. So Google Analytics 4. So not analytics experience in general, but GA4 specifically. Even if you have just set it up for a practice project, employers will treat this as a basic literacy metric. Listing it correctly in your resume matters a lot. The second is AI tools. So, AI tools in your workflow, well, this is new as of the last 18 months and it is now non negotiable. Over 70% of marketing roles globally require hands on experience with AI tools. Indian employers, especially in the startup and SaaS space, are adopting this standard faster than others. If you cannot mention how you use AI in your work, your application basically signals that you're behind. And third is at least one recognized certification. That too from either Google Skillshop, that's your Google Ad Search, Meta, or Meta Blueprint. For organic and content related roles, HubSpot certifications exist. For SEO, there is SEMrush Academy or HubSpot Content Academy, where you can get all of these. These certifications are free or low cost and they serve as an ATS filter. So, not having any recognized certifications raises an immediate question in the industry. Now, the second tier after the ATS is the shortlist. So, what actually gets you shortlisted, right? So, once a human reads your resume, here is what moves in the interview pile and how it moves you ahead into the interview pile. Number one, portfolio evidence, not just certifications. See, this is the most common mistake that Indian freshers make. They will collect 5 certifications, like I mentioned before. The certifications are only going to help you go from ATS to the shortlist, right? But if you have no portfolio, you're not moving ahead. Employers in 2026, especially agencies and startups, want to see your actual work. So, a real or practice campaign, a content piece with performance data, a Google Ads account you managed, even if it's your relative small business or your own family's business, right? A social media page you grew with documented results. Showing all of this has proven that is research shows that over 34% of companies in India say their marketing teams actually lack data capabilities. And this can act as your opportunity. So if you can show even one example of data driven marketing work, that you set up GA4 or tracked a campaign or analyzed what worked, you stand out from most freshers. Number two, specialization. So don't give me a long list of skills. Indian recruiters in 2026 are increasingly moving away from generalist hiring. When your resume says SEO, social media, email, blah, 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 that reads junior. But when it says I specialize in paid research or paid search with 3 campaign examples, that says you're high level. So pick one lane, go deep, you can learn the rest on the job. And number three, results language and not a task language. I will tell you the difference. See here, manage social media accounts, that's a task that was given to you, right? It's not going to tell your employer anything that they already don't know. But grew Instagram from maybe 800 to 4,200 followers in 10 weeks by testing reel formats with almost 3.4% of average engagement. That, my friends, is actually results language. And it tells you that, you're somebody who thinks about outcomes, right? And that second way of writing gets interviews, not the first one. The next tier is tier 3. So, what gets you the high end offer? This is where that 2.5 lakh offer and the 8 lakh offer actually separate themselves. So, number one, if you have demonstrable documented impact, so I'm not talking about theory, but an actual case study, practice project, or portfolio piece where you can walk the interviewer through exactly what you did, what happened, and what you measured, even if it's a project for your own personal personal brand, or for a college event, or for your friend's shop. If it has real numbers behind it, it basically signals that you can produce results and it'll make you more hireable. Second is AI workflow fluency. So, not saying that I use ChatGPT sometimes, but a specific articulated workflow. So, like I use AI for keyword research, then I cluster topics, then I draft first passes of ad copy and performance reporting summaries. And here is how I applied it in this campaign. That explanation, well, that's specific, grounded with a real example, and puts you in the top 10% of fresher applicants right now. Well, and the third part is business outcome thinking. I don't know how much I can emphasize on this, but business logic, right? That is speaking in leads and ROI and not just metric. The highest paid freshers in digital marketing speak this language. They don't say, I managed Instagram. Instead, they say, the campaign generated about XYZ leads at XYZ per lead rupees against a target of maybe ABC. That kind of language signals that you are someone who can work towards a business goal and not somebody who executes the task. Now, let me clarify something here. You do not need an MBA, you do not need a degree in marketing, you don't need any of that. You don't need to know every other tool, you don't need 2 to 3 years of experience for a so called entry level role. See, employers are now skill focused in this field, that many successful digital marketers in India are actually from engineering, commerce, arts, science backgrounds with no formal marketing education. In fact, I only have a psychology and computer science degree. What does that mean? I am in the space of marketing and I'm telling you about all of this, but I am not from this domain. So, this proves that you actually do not need to be having a degree in this field, and yet, if you have the skills, you will get hired. You don't need to know every other tool. There are dozens of platforms. Employers want someone who understands the marketing fundamentals and can learn any platform. Depth in one area matters more than breadth across 10. Always remember that. And when you have a strong portfolio with real results, right, the experience requirement of, oh, you need to have 2 to 3 experience for a so called entry level role, it goes out the window. The job posting requirement for experience is actually a proxy for show us proof that you have done the work and you can do the work, and your portfolio absolutely does that job. Well, before I close, I want to actually spend a few minutes on AI, and because this is where most advice is either wrong or out of date. So let me answer that one question that everyone keeps asking me: will AI take digital marketing jobs? Here is the honest answer: AI is already handling some of the tasks inside the digital marketing roles. So, drafting basic content, scheduling your post, pulling standard reports, right? Creating first pass ad copy. These are faster with AI, no? But here is what nobody is almost saying out loud: AI has reduced the experience gap for entry level candidates. So, what does that mean? Think about this. In 2021, an entry level content marketer in India might produce up to 2 to 3 pieces of content per week, right? And a senior marketer might be able to produce 8 to 10. Today, a fresher who just knows how to use AI tools intelligently can produce comparable output to what a senior person produced 2 or 3 years ago. That is a shift in leverage and it directly affects hiring. Indian companies, especially in startups, e commerce, and edtech, these companies are already screening for AI proficiency at the fresher level. So instead of actually asking whether you know or can you build an AI model, well, that's a data science skill. The question is, can you use tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, or Canva AI, or Claude to produce marketing output faster, smarter, and with better results than someone working manually. If you want to learn how to do this, I have an entire Claude for marketing skills playlist that is absolutely free, available on our YouTube channel. So you can go check it out in the iCard above. And you can also check out the description. It is going to have that. Once you go through it, do let us know if we can help you ahead as well. Now, there is a specific way to demonstrate that this works in interviews. So, what you can do is you can show your workflow. You say, here is how I research for XYZ thing using AI. Here is how I generate the angles, the outlines, and then I apply my judgment to refine the output. And here is how the content performed, and here is how I measured it. That answer of a workflow based one will put most freshers above saying, yes, I just use AI above or below you, right? So it will put you above and they'll be below you. Now, one important point here for the Indian context is that India needs about 1 to 2 million additional digital marketers by 2026. You need to understand there is a supply gap that multiple industry bodies have reported. So, demand is outpacing talent in the specialized roles we have talked about, whether it's performance marketing, SEO with AI knowledge, or marketing analytics. That field is not shrinking because of AI. AI is just changing what the work will look like for you. The people who understand that change and adapt to it will see the fastest career and salary growth. Okay, folks, let me give you a concrete India specific path where we will talk about the 90 days road map. So I'm going to start from day 1 to 30 to 31 to 60 and then 61 to 90. Here you will build the foundations, the portfolio, and apply and negotiate well. So let's start with day 1 through 15. I want you to actually spend this to pick your lane. So that's going to be your step 1. So you go back to the salary breakdown in this video and think about which role actually maps to how your brain works. So if you're analytical and number oriented, paid media or SEO analytics. If you're somebody who's creative with a strategic kind of thinking, think about content marketing or social media. If you're somebody who has a more systems automation mindset, I would say CRM and email marketing is your pick. But just pick one, don't go scattering around. Number 2 is looking for validation. So get free accreditations and free certifications for that lane. Google Skillshop has it for paid media. It is absolutely free and respected and it's ATS compatible. HubSpot Academy has it for content, email, or inbound marketing. Also free and recognizable by Indian employers. SEMrush Academy for SEO, also absolutely free. Aim to complete your certification in the first 2 weeks. Then think about it and how to get on in these next days is the AI habit. So I want you to set up an AI workflow. I would say pick up 2 or 3 tools like ChatGPT or Gemini for research and content, Canva AI for design, Perplexity for competitive research, or even Claude and the skills that I talked about in this video and in my series. Use them daily, not occasionally, and build your habit. Then we go on to the next 15 days. This is the most important step because this is the one that most freshers also skip. Find one situation where your skills can actually apply in the real world, whether it's a small business, making a website for a school, an NGO, a college event if you're still at college, or even if it's building your own personal brand. And if you don't want to do any of that, just think and pick up a hypothetical campaign with real data and real thinking behind it. Just do one real thing and document everything. I would say for paid media, think about a small ad campaign with about 500 to 1000 budget. Track the conversions and write up of what you actually did. For SEO, think about creating a blog or optimizing the website, set up GA4 and track organic traffic over 4 months and document your keyword strategy and on-page changes. For social media, run a 30-day content experiment on any one platform. Don't go on about Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn and all over the place. Just pick one, track the engagement, and write what performed and what did not. For email, again, build a small email sequence in probably MailChimp or HubSpot free tier. Create a list, measure open rates and click rates. The documentation here is your portfolio, so tracking becomes extremely important. Think about capturing the screenshots, the data, writing your campaign briefs. This is more valuable to employers than 3 more certificates in your resume. Now, after that, I want you to target 15 to 20 tailored applications over this period. So don't do 50 copy paste applications. Think about each time you're applying for a role. I want you to customize your resume for that specific role according to the job posting. Use the language in the job posting. Lead with your one portfolio example, the result it produced, and make sure GA4 AI tools on your website and your certifications are absolutely visible. Now, the real question that all of you would be answering me, asking me, is this: where to even apply in India? Well, I would say agencies first, digital marketing agencies in your city or remote first agencies across India. They hire the most freshers and they train fast and give you multi client exposure. So then you can build up your skills in different domains, right? Second is startup and e-commerce brands. They move fast, they give you ownership early, and the learning curve is extremely steep there, that too in a good way. And third is edtech and SaaS companies. Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Delhi NCR are hubs for these. So the companies have large digital marketing teams and they hire freshers regularly. Now, the real question is, how do you negotiate, right? Research the specific role before you even negotiate. Use the data from this video. If you're applying for a paid media role in Bengaluru and the offer is at 2.8 LPA, you have data to support that asking for 3.5 to 4 LPA is okay if you have a portfolio and certification. Do not accept the first number that they're giving you without asking. The worst that happens to you is that they say that the budget is fixed. Most of the time, there is room to wiggle, especially if you can show the results. Here is what I want to leave you with. Digital marketing in India in 2026 is genuinely one of the most accessible, skill-based careers you can start without having a premium degree, without expensive coaching, and without waiting for years of corporate experience to build up. The certifications are free, the tools are available, the demand is real. India needs over 1 million skilled digital marketers, and the supply is not keeping up with it. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. But before I go, I have something else that I want to tell you. Being accessible does not mean automatic. So the people who get actually 6 LPA and 8 LPA fresher packages are not the ones who finish the most online courses. They're the ones who built real things, documented real results, and walked into interviews speaking the language of outcomes, and that to business outcomes. If you have to take one thing from this video, let it be this: don't spend your next 60 days collecting certifications, spend them building one real documented portfolio piece. That one thing, one project with that one measurable result clearly explained does more for your employability than 5 more certificates. If this video is useful, the next best thing you can do is share it with your friend who is currently job searching or thinking about digital marketing. That is my only ask. And if you have any questions about a specific role, you want to know more about paid media or SEO in India, or how to build your first portfolio project, drop it in the comments. I go through them and see which of the most common questions will be there. I will pick them up in my next video. Before I close for the day, I also want to tell you that Upskill Nexus does run a program around AI-enabled digital marketing where our primary focus is building your portfolio. So if you're interested, I'll put the details in the description below. And now, closing on, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.